Discipline. It's one of those words that instantly makes people uncomfortable. Most people hear the word discipline and imagine suffering. Waking up at 5 a.m., cold showers, endless routines. No fun, no freedom. But Sheldon Howe explains something powerful in how to be disciplined. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is freedom. Because when you control your mind, you control your life. This book is not about becoming a robot. It's about becoming the kind of person who actually follows through, the kind of person who says, I will do this, and actually does it. Because let's be honest, most people don't fail because they're stupid. Most people fail because they quit too early. They get motivated for 2 days, excited for 1 week, then distractions win again. Social media wins, comfort wins, laziness wins, fear wins, and slowly, dreams disappear. This book is a wake-up call. Sheldon Howe teaches that discipline is not something you're born with. It is a skill, a trainable skill. And once you understand how discipline works, your entire life can change. So in this video, we're going deep into the biggest lessons from how to be disciplined. Step by step, in a storytelling style that will help you not only understand the book, but actually apply it. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The real enemy is not laziness. Most people think they are lazy, but Sheldon Howe says something important. You are not lazy. You are distracted. Think about it. People can binge watch an entire series for 8 hours straight, scroll TikTok endlessly, play games all night, spend hours gossiping or watching random videos. That's not laziness. That's energy without direction. The problem is not that people cannot work hard. The problem is they work hard on the wrong things. Modern life is designed to destroy focus. Every app wants your attention. Every notification wants your brain. Every advertisement wants your emotions. And slowly, your ability to concentrate becomes weaker. Discipline starts when you reclaim your attention, because wherever your attention goes, your life goes. Imagine your mind like a garden. If you don't control what grows there, weeds will take over automatically. Negativity, overthinking, comparison, excuses, procrastination. Discipline is learning to protect your mental garden, and this starts with awareness. Most people live on autopilot. Wake up, check phone, scroll, waste time, feel guilty, repeat. Years pass like this. But disciplined people interrupt the pattern. They ask, what is controlling me? That question changes everything. Because if you don't control your habits control you. Chapter 2. Motivation is unreliable. One of the most powerful ideas in this book is this: never depend on motivation. Motivation is emotional, and emotions change constantly. Some days you feel unstoppable. Some days you feel tired. Some days you feel confident. Some days you feel empty. If you only work when you feel like it, you will never become consistent. Sheldon Howe explains that disciplined people understand a secret. Action comes before motivation, not after. Most people wait to feel motivated before starting. Disciplined people start first. Then motivation appears later. Think about going to the gym. Before going, you feel lazy. You don't want to move. Your brain creates excuses. But after 15 minutes of exercise, suddenly you feel energetic. The action created motivation, not the other way around. This is why successful people seem different. They don't negotiate with their feelings every day. They already decided. And that's powerful, because every time you debate with yourself, you waste mental energy. Should I do it? Maybe later. I'll start tomorrow. That inner argument destroys momentum. Disciplined people remove the argument. They say, this is what I do. Simple. No drama. No emotional speeches. No waiting for inspiration. Just action. And over time, small actions become identity. You stop trying to become disciplined. You become a disciplined person. Chapter 3. Your environment shapes your behavior. This chapter changes the way you see discipline forever. Most people blame themselves for failure. But Sheldon Howe explains something surprising. Environment is stronger than willpower. For example, if junk food is always in your kitchen, you will eventually eat it. If your phone is next to you while working, you will eventually check it. If lazy people surround you, their mindset affects you. Human beings absorb their environment. That means discipline is not only internal, it is external too. Disciplined people design their environment carefully. They remove temptations before temptation becomes a battle. Instead of relying on willpower, they make bad habits harder and good habits easier. Want to read more books? Put books beside your bed. Want to stop scrolling? Delete addictive apps. Want to focus? Keep your phone in another room. Want to wake up early? Sleep earlier and keep alarms away from your bed. Small environmental changes create massive results because behavior is often automatic. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your systems. That sentence is powerful. Most people create goals. Very few create systems. Goals give direction. Systems create results. And disciplined people build systems that make success easier. Chapter 4. Discipline means doing things you don't feel like doing. This is the uncomfortable truth. Discipline is not glamorous. It is repetitive, boring, simple, consistent. The problem is most people are addicted to excitement. They want quick transformation, fast results, instant success. But real growth is slow, and discipline means continuing even when results are invisible. Imagine planting a seed. For weeks, nothing happens above the ground. But underneath, roots are growing. Most people quit during the invisible stage. They think, this isn't working. But disciplined people understand delayed gratification. They trust the process before the rewards appear. This is why discipline creates extraordinary people. Because most people cannot tolerate boredom. They constantly need entertainment. But success often comes from mastering boring repetitions. Writing daily, training daily, studying daily, saving money daily, improving daily. Tiny actions, repeated consistently. That's the formula. Sheldon Howe explains that discipline is not about intensity, it's about consistency. A person who studies 1 hour every day beats someone who studies 10 hours once a month. Consistency compounds. Just like money grows through compound interest, your habits grow through repetition. Every disciplined action becomes a vote for the person you want to become. And eventually, your identity changes. Chapter 5. The danger of excuses. Excuses are seductive. They sound logical, comfortable, reasonable. I'm too tired. I'll start next week. I need perfect timing. I don't have enough resources. But Sheldon Howe says excuses are dangerous because they protect mediocrity. Excuses make failure feel acceptable. And the more excuses you make, the weaker your self-respect becomes. Because deep inside, you know when you're lying to yourself. Every broken promise damages confidence. That's important. Confidence does not come from motivational quotes. Confidence comes from evidence. When you repeatedly do what you said you would do, you trust yourself more. But when you constantly quit, your self-image weakens. Discipline rebuilds self-trust. It teaches your mind, I can rely on myself. And that changes everything. Because once you trust yourself, fear loses power. Most people underestimate how important self-respect is. You can fool the world, but you cannot fool yourself. At night, you know whether you gave effort or not. Discipline creates peace because you stop betraying your potential. Chapter 6. Small wins create big change. One of the smartest lessons in this book is this: start small. Most people fail because they start too aggressively. They suddenly try to wake up at 4 a.m., exercise 2 hours daily, read 100 pages, meditate, diet perfectly, and within 1 week, they burn out. Why? Because drastic change is difficult to sustain. Sheldon Howe explains that discipline grows gradually. Small wins matter. Tiny habits matter. Because consistency is more important than intensity. For example, instead of saying, I'll read 50 pages daily, start with 5 pages. Instead of 2 hours of exercise, start with 10 minutes. The goal is not perfection. The goal is momentum. Because once momentum begins, discipline becomes easier. Success is psychological. Every completed habit sends a signal to your brain: I am capable. And capability builds confidence. Small victories create identity shifts. This is why tiny habits can transform lives. People ignore small improvements because results seem invisible. But small habits are like steering a ship. A tiny change in direction eventually leads to a completely different destination. Chapter 7: Discipline and Mental Toughness. Life becomes difficult for everyone. No one escapes pain. The difference is how people respond. Undisciplined people react emotionally. Disciplined people stay focused during discomfort. Sheldon Howe explains that mental toughness is built through voluntary hardship. Doing difficult things intentionally strengthens character. Waking up early. Exercising when tired. Finishing work when distracted. Controlling impulses. Every difficult action trains the mind. And slowly, your tolerance for discomfort increases. This is important because modern society encourages comfort addiction. Everything is designed for convenience: fast food, instant entertainment, instant pleasure.